Good evening to all of you. COAP बहुत बड़ा हवा बन गया है. I don't know why. In today's session, what we are going to do is we are going to look at the mysteries which COAP holds for all of you. Don't worry, it's nothing to worry about. The reason is it is only an acceptance portal, common offer acceptance portal. That's what it stands for. Just remember, it is nothing to do with making applications for M.Tech admissions, but it is only to act upon the admission offers that you receive. बहुत सारे बच्चे गलती करते हैं, ये सोचते हैं कि COAP के थ्रू हम M.Tech एडमिशंस के लिए अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. ऐसा नहीं है. आप COAP के थ्रू एप्लीकेशंस नहीं कर रहे हैं M.Tech एडमिशंस के लिए, बट COAP के थ्रू जब आपको ऑफर्स मिल रहे हैं, जब आपको अलग अलग IITs से जो भी पार्टिसिपेटिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स हैं, 24 IITs इस साल पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं. अभी तक NPCIL ने अपना एक्सेप्टेंस नहीं दिया, बट लास्ट ईयर NPCIL के भी ऑफर्स COAP पोर्टल के थ्रू आते थे. नाउ ऑल द 24 IITs will be posting the various offers that you are receiving based on your applications for admission to the various M.Tech courses in different IITs. Once again, एक चीज हमेशा याद रखिए, आपको हर IIT के लिए अलग अलग अप्लाई करना है. आपको हर IIT के लिए एडमिशन के लिए अलग अलग अप्लाई करना है. आप कितने कोर्सेज के लिए एक ही IIT में अप्लाई करते हैं, कितने गेट के स्कोर कार्ड के बेस के ऊपर अप्लाई करते हैं, दैट इज ऑल अप टू यू. मैं आपको IIT बॉम्बे के जो एडमिशन नोटिफिकेशन है उसके बारे में भी थोड़ी सी इनपुट्स दूंगा, ताकि आपको एक एडमिशन प्रोसेस के बारे में भी क्लैरिटी हो कि IIT बॉम्बे में आप कितनी एप्लीकेशंस डाल सकते हैं, कितने कोर्सेज के लिए अप्लाई कर सकते हैं, एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा. राइट, वी विल ट्राई टू कवर ईच वन ऑफ दीज पॉइंट्स वन बाय वन. ऑल राइट, सो let's take a look at COAP, the mechanism. What is it all about? COAP, जैसा मैंने पहले कहा, Common Offer Acceptance Portal. ये पिछले 5-6 साल से इसको एक्टिवेट किया गया था. उसका पर्पस था कि ज्यादातर स्टूडेंट्स क्या करते थे कि वो मल्टीपल IITs में एडमिशन एक्सेप्ट कर लेते थे. क्या जाएगा, फीस जमा करनी पड़ेगी, फर्स्ट इंस्टॉलमेंट जमा करनी पड़ेगी, नहीं पसंद आएगा विड्रॉ कर लेंगे. इन द प्रोसेस लॉट ऑफ सीट्स वुड फॉल वेकेंट टुवर्ड्स द एंड. उसी एनोमली को दूर करने के लिए इट वाज डिसाइडेड, आई थिंक इट वाज स्टार्टेड इन द ईयर 2017, इट वाज डिसाइडेड दैट लेट अस हैव दिस कॉमन ऑफर एक्सेप्टेंस पोर्टल, जिसमें आपको जो जो एडमिशन ऑफर्स मिल रही हैं. मान लीजिए आपने IIT बॉम्बे में 3 कोर्सेज के लिए अप्लाई किया, आपको उन 3 में से एक का ऑफर मिला है, तो वो सिर्फ एक ऑफर उसमें डिस्प्ले करेगा. राइट, और अभी कोई भी चीज ऐसी नहीं कर रहा वो जो कि आपको जिसके लिए पैनिक करना है. राइट नाउ द ओनली थिंग दैट यू हैव टू डू इज यू हैव टू ओनली रजिस्टर ऑन द COAP पोर्टल. यू जस्ट हैव टू रजिस्टर ऑन द COAP पोर्टल, नथिंग मोर देन दैट. बट COAP पोर्टल में जब आप रजिस्टर करते हैं तो एक प्री रेक्विजिट है, आपके पास जितने भी वैलिड गेट स्कोर कार्ड्स हैं वो आपने उन सभी की डिटेल्स देनी है. आपने सभी वैलिड गेट स्कोर कार्ड्स की डिटेल देनी है. राइट नाउ वी आर रनिंग इन द ईयर 2025, सो दैट मीन्स टू से द वैलिड स्कोर कार्ड्स विच आर अवेलेबल विद यू आर फॉर गेट 2023, गेट 2024 एंड गेट 2025. तो पिछले 3 साल के, इस साल का जो है दैट इज द लेटेस्ट, एंड देन द प्रीसीडिंग 2 years दैट इज 24 एंड 23. सो जितने भी आपके पास स्कोर कार्ड्स हैं आपने सभी की डिटेल्स इस पोर्टल में देनी है. ऑटोमेटिकली दे विल बी लुकिंग एट विच इज द बेस्ट, बट दैट डिसीजन फॉर विच इज द बेस्ट इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी डन बाय COAP. The decision for which is the best is going to be done by the individual IIT. जब मैं IIT बॉम्बे के एडमिशन के बारे में एक स्लाइड आपसे डिस्कस करूंगा तो उसमें यह चीज भी बिल्कुल क्लियर हो जाएगी, बिकॉज बहुत सारे एम्बिग्विटीज हैं, बहुत सारे दिमाग में उथल पुथल मची हुई आप लोगों के. So just to clarify, I thought I'll give you a little detail about the process which is likely to be followed in the various IITs. IIT Bombay का detailed notification आ चुका है, उनका information brochure is available on their website. IIT Madras का information brochure is available on the website. IIT Delhi I was not able to locate, so I am not giving reference to the IIT Delhi, but I think it will be available in a day or two. So don't worry, IISc का पूरा detailed information brochure available है already उनके website पे. My suggestion is go through the information brochure of the each and every IIT wherever you are planning to apply. Naturally, जो post gate counseling की details हैं, that means the cutoffs which were applicable for the previous year's admissions, we are going to be covering by way of a series of sessions starting from tomorrow. Tomorrow is the first session which will be taken by B. Singh Sir himself for the civil engineering candidates, and it will be followed by the other streams. I think mechanical is day after tomorrow, computer science and IT is going to be on Monday evening, and electronics and electrical engineering is going to be covered on Tuesday evening. So we are going to be covering each of these in the days from tomorrow onwards, right? Comprehensive coverage related to the cutoffs of the various IITs, obviously a glimpse of the cutoffs in the various NITs, then the cutoffs which were applicable for the various PSUs, etc. These are the things which we are going to be covering from tomorrow onwards in the individual branch wise sessions, right? So let's focus on the process for COAP so that you don't panic. One thing which you must remember is when you are filling up the form, when you are registering for COAP, prefer to do the registration from a laptop and not from any other device. The reason is you will get complete picture on the laptop. You will not miss out anything, and in a hurry you will not give any incorrect details. But make sure that you have a valid working email ID. All the details are available with you. That means your gate registration number, the details of your previous gate scorecards. They give you an opportunity of getting the previous gate scorecards in case you don't have the copy of any of your previous gate scorecards. So that option is available to you, and you may be able to update it at a later point in time. But as I keep repeating, do not close the registration till such time you have gathered all the data which is required for registration on the COAP website, right? So let's take a look at it. It's mentioned on this slide 24 IITs and IISc with one PSU, which is NPCIL. This year, as of now, NPCIL has not yet conveyed its acceptance, right? So I was talking about the PSUs which had agreed to share the selection information on the COAP portal. Last year NPCIL had conveyed its acceptance, but this year so far NPCIL has not conveyed. So therefore this is getting crossed out. If they convey the acceptance at a later point in time, well and good. Otherwise, as of now, it is only the 24 IITs who are going to be sharing all the admission information on this particular portal. All right. COAP is not an application portal for M.Tech admissions. It is only for the acceptance of the various offers that you get. Be clear on that. Let there be no ambiguity at all. Okay, right? For every individual IIT, you have to fill in separate application form. If you are filling up for multiple streams, you have to give the details of the multiple streams for which you are making an application. I think different IITs have different criteria. Some IITs permit you to apply for 10 courses in one application, some give you a limit of 8, some have a limit of 12, but that is something which you have to look at the individual IIT websites or go through their information brochure and go through that. Or maybe I'll try to schedule some sessions, maybe some Zoom sessions or something like that, where I can keep sharing this information with you people from time to time. All right. As of now, the only deadline which is approaching, is IISc Bangalore. They are closing the application process on the 23rd of March midnight. So if you are wanting to apply for admission to IISc, please do that. 23rd of March is approaching fast, right? COAP is not something which you have to register in a hurry. You don't have to register for COAP in a hurry. You can take 2 days, 3 days, no issues at all. It's only offer acceptance. It is not making application for admission. Be clear on that. All right. So we have separate application for the different IITs for different courses. Each participating institute will be following their own selection procedure, whether it is based on simply the gate score, whether it is based on the gate score plus interview, whether it is based on the gate score plus a written test at their center followed by an interview. It varies from course to course, it varies from institute to institute. So accordingly, you have to be getting prepared to follow the procedure of each individual IIT, right? COAP allows you to access and make a decision in case you end up getting multiple offers. For example, you applied for 4 courses in IIT Bombay, 3 in IIT Delhi, 2 in IIT Kanpur. I am just giving an example. You applied for let's say structural analysis and design in IIT Delhi, also in Bombay and also in Kanpur. You have a very high gate score and you are keen. Now you end up getting the offer from all the 3 IITs, right? When you look at the schedule, for the different rounds of COAP acceptance, you will notice that the date that has been given is very clearly on the basis of the date by which the IITs are likely to be announcing their first list. See, this year the date which is given is 13th of May. Right now we are on 23rd of April. But the first round of acceptance, the window for the first round of acceptance will be from 13th of May to I think 15th of May. We will be just taking a look at the slide in a while, and that will give you the clarity. All right. Once you have the list of all the probable options, then you can take a decision. But remember, you can choose only one. You can choose only one. Suppose you get a list of 10 courses for which you have been shortlisted. 10 different courses you have received the offer for admission. You cannot select more than one. So you have to make a judicious choice of selecting your most preferred course. Select that course, exercise the option. There are various options that they are going to be giving you. We'll just talk in a while, and that's the end of it. All right. There are multiple rounds. In fact, I was just going through the website of IIT Bombay, and I noticed that IIT Bombay had participated in the COAP process even till the 10th round. Obviously, there is a squeeze after the first 3 rounds. All the options are not available to you after the first 3 rounds of acceptance. There are some restrictions which keep getting imposed from time to time. We will take a look at that. We will just take a look at that. All right. And as I had already stated, you should have a valid GATE scorecard. That means you should have qualified in the GATE of that particular discipline based on which you are applying for admission to the various IITs, right? For example, you are a civil engineer and you have also appeared for ES. So you got 2 scorecards for 2025. You only appeared for CE in 2024 and you only appeared for CE in 2023. That means you have a total of 4 scorecards. You are required to give the details of all the 4 GATE scorecards when you are registering on COAP portal. All right. So be clear on that. Don't miss out on giving any information whatsoever. If you don't have the details of a particular year scorecard, write to the organizing institute of that particular year and request for the duplicate scorecard. It will be made available to you. All right. The site is active, but I don't think they have started the registrations on the COAP portal as yet. They'll open in a while. Reason is there is no hurry. There is no mad rush to register on the COAP portal. आराम से register करिए, don't worry. Okay. Okay. You, as I stated, you can accept only one of the options that are made available to you. And of course, there are 2 or 3 options. There are 3 typical variants of the options that you can choose. The first variant is you can accept and freeze, which means in the round 1 itself, you have got the course and institute of your choice. You don't want to experiment any further. You are just frozen. You accepted that offer and frozen your choices, which means that you will not be in the race for any other admission from any other IIT or IISc for that matter, right? This is obviously for the candidates who are having a very high score, and obviously they are ending up getting the course and institute of their choice. So accept and freeze, that's the action that you have to take. The second option is you are not very happy with the choice, but you still don't want to let it go, therefore you opt for retain and wait. I will take this option if I don't get anything better, therefore I am retaining this option, but I will wait for a better option to come my way, alright. But there is a catch, the catch is you can retain and wait on the same offer only twice. The uniqueness has to be in the form of the same institute and for the same program. In other words, if you have put a retain and wait for structural design on IIT Delhi, you have done a retain and wait in round 1, fair enough. You have done the retain and wait for the same course because you didn't get any better option. You have done once again, you have carried forward with retain and wait for the same institute and same course a second time. But the third time, either you have to release it or you have to freeze it. So you can't do a retain and wait more than twice. This is something which you have to bear in mind, alright. Third option is reject and wait. You applied for 10 courses, but you ended up getting a very low course. You had applied in the beginning thinking that I will take whatever course comes my way, and then you decided no, I will rather wait for the better options, and therefore you straight away say no, I am rejecting this offer, let this option be given to somebody else who is there in the sequence after me and who has not got any other option related to this course. Therefore you choose to go for reject and wait. Again, it's a clear option that you are exercising. That means you are letting go that particular option that was made available to you in the first round, or for that matter in any subsequent round, right. See, there are some decisive rounds, right. For example, the last round of the main round and all additional rounds are referred to as decisive rounds, which means you have to take a decision, aar ya par, ya accept karo ya reject karo. There is no mid path, there is no midway, there is no middle path available. You can't do, you can't have the cake and eat it too. No, you either accept and freeze or you reject and go for the next round. So again, the objective clearly is they don't want to have M.Tech seats blocked. They want seats to be released for the intending students to be made available to them, and so that they can take advantage, right. More and more seats will become available to the students if this process is followed. A number of messages are coming on the scroll in the message box. I will take up those messages after a while. Please bear with me. I will be covering each of those messages in a while. Okay. Let us take a look at the schedule. I am going to be talking only of the first 5 rounds. I will only talk about the first 5 rounds, alright. The first round, as I had stated earlier, starts from May 13th, 10 AM. May 13th, 10 AM onwards, the first round options are available to you, and you have to convey your choice. That means one of the 3 choices, the headings are clear. It's either accept and freeze, or it is retain and wait, or it is reject and wait. तीन में से एक ऑप्शन आपको एक्सरसाइज करना ही पड़ेगा. You can't let it go, otherwise this option will be removed from your list of choices completely, right, and it will not come back to you. So 5 rounds, out of which the first 2 rounds give you the possibility of exercising either of the 3 options. That means you have the option of accept and freeze, you have the option of retain and wait, and then you have the option of reject and wait. But when it comes to the third round, which starts from for which you have to exercise your choice from 27th May to 29th May, accept and freeze obviously there. The first option, that is accept and freeze, is applicable in every round. I mean, I'm only displaying the first 3 rounds information. Obviously the all 10 rounds tentative schedule has been given on the schedule sheet of COAP, but obviously we'll cover the first 5 rounds, and maybe we'll have one more discussion related to COAP after this gets rolling. Alright. So third round has a variant. The third round variant is retain and wait is either a yes or a no. This is something which is to be kept in mind. This is something which is to be kept in mind, right? If you have already done a retain and wait twice, that means in the third round either you have to switch over to reject and wait, or you have to accept and freeze. So be clear on this aspect. The same thing goes for round 4 also, but when it comes to the decisive round, that is the 5th round of COAP acceptance schedule, you have the option of accept and freeze, but you do not have any option related to retain and wait. Retain and wait is not available to you in the 5th round, which is the decisive round for the first 5 rounds, alright, and obviously the reject and wait option is available to you irrespective. Again, I repeat, COAP registration should be done carefully. Be ready with all the information that is required to be furnished, obviously name, address, your gate scorecards of all valid gate scorecards. That means all the valid scorecards of 23, 24 and 25 in all the disciplines for which you have appeared. Suppose you have been appearing for 1+1 in all the 3 years, that means you will be required to submit the details of the 6 gate scorecards. It will not matter whether your score was very poor or not poor. Valid scorecard means you have qualified, and that is what makes it a valid scorecard. Understand the implications of the word valid scorecard. Alright. So far so good. Lot of clarifications are required in terms of OBC candidates, EWS candidates. So I thought I'll try to cover that also, but just give me a minute. I'm pausing it for a while and I'll take a look at some of the questions that you have come out with. Alright, let me see some of the messages which are there and then maybe I'll respond to them. Just give me a minute. I am told that COAP, on the COAP portal, the dates have been removed. They had put the dates as they are given on this slide, but they have just now removed the dates on their portal. So obviously this gets suitably amended. We'll flash the updated dates on our website, on the Telegram channels, so that you are kept updated about this thing. Let me take up some of the questions, some of the messages that you are putting in your in the chat box. Just give me a minute. I will not respond to whether I will get this IIT or that IIT. All those questions are for the sessions which are starting from tomorrow. Okay. Arpita Day, my 10th class marks are less than 60%. क्या मैं किसी IIT में placement में eligible नहीं रहूँगी? See, as far as placement is concerned, it is something which is a matter of the organizations who are coming to the IITs for placement. Some companies do not bother about the 10th class percentage at all. but for some they may have a criteria that at least 60% should be there in the 10th and 12th, but by and large they do not bother about it. By and large they do not bother about it. So just relax, concentrate on your working. Vipul, you have to wait for the sessions. Arpita's questions have been answered. I am not responding to which college am I getting. No. Naman, you will be receiving the cutoff data on mail after the 4 sessions are over. So you can take that tentatively from Monday onwards, you will start receiving that mail. Okay. See, post the questions which are related to the discussion on COAP. The discussion on whether I will get a particular institute, whether I will get a particular course based on this score in this paper, hold it for tomorrow onwards. Hold it for tomorrow onwards, because again that is where we will be showcasing the data that has been collected. Some data is already available on the websites of the various IITs. Milap, they would not have activated the registration button. As I said right in the beginning, they have just flashed the message on the website, they have not activated the registration. So don't worry, don't worry. Rahul Gupta, you can fill up the IISc form without the GATE scorecard. They have very clearly written on the website that you should upload the GATE scorecard within 3 days of it being made available to you. So if IISc's last date is 23rd of March and the GATE scorecard is going to be updated, it will be made available to you, you will be able to download it from the 28th of March onwards. That means 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st. So before 31st of March you should upload it on the IISc website. So don't worry about it. And last year also IISc had extended the last date, but don't bank on it. Don't bank on it. They are likely to extend, but don't worry. IISc can be filled up today, there is no problem. Should we register for IISc by the end of 23rd March? No, don't register by the end of 23rd March. The as of date, the deadline is midnight of 23rd March. So you must register right now. You have 24 hours, 48 hours only maximum. IIT Delhi take to conduct interview. They will be conducting interviews before the first round results of COAP are going to be made available to you. So they have given the tentative schedule on their website. Any chance I am not responding? Any chance? No response. If someone has done reject and wait for a particular course in round 1, he will, if he has rejected a particular course and institute in round 1, he will not get the option of that course again at all. No, you will not. Is there any chance I am not responding? Geotech, no response. Harsh, I hope you have received your answer. If you have done the reject and wait for a particular course from a particular institute, that option will not be made available to you a second time at all. Can we go for dual degree course? Depending on the details made available to you on the individual IIT websites. There is no one size fits all here. Is it necessary to perform well in an interview? Yes, the weightage is 30%. 25 to 30% is the weightage of the interview. So obviously you have to perform well, and fortunately it is a fully technical interview. It's a fully technical interview. The schedule for MSRA interviews are given on the individual websites, on the individual IIT's website. Okay. Last year I clear only XC, not mechanical. So this year you have to submit 3 scorecards. The first scorecard is XC, which is the cleared one last year, and XC and mechanical, which are cleared in this year. Uncleared, not qualified scorecards are not useful at all in this situation. So you don't have to submit those cards. Sachin, I hope you got your answer. The requirement of CGPA, whatever has been mentioned, means it is necessary. It is 100% required. There are no ifs and buts on that. Non-qualified candidates cannot register. Non-qualified means you do not have a valid GATE scorecard. So they are not expected to register. You can try, it's a free of cost registration. Your details will not get registered. Venkat Mohan, you can retain and wait, only one option, only one option. You have to reject all other options. Okay. Sachin, your question has been answered. Satyam, your question has been answered. My 23 scorecard, no, I am not giving details on which stream I am getting, sorry. Dual degree course M.Tech and PhD, depending on the details available on the individual IIT website. You have to be spending time on going through the requirements of individual IITs. See, retain and wait can get modified to retain and freeze. It can get modified to accept and freeze, or it can get modified to reject and wait. And retain and wait can be done only twice for the same institute and course combination. You can do a retain and wait for another combination of institute and course, but not for the same. Interview is related branch या selected subject. No, it is related to the subjects that you have studied in your B.Tech. They are wanting to check your knowledge of B.Tech subjects. Sai Venkat Mohan, if you have more than one or two offers from IITs, you cannot accept all offers. You have to pick and choose only one offer. Only on one offer you can do a retain and wait, not on all the offers. 24 का XC का scorecard नहीं है. Write to the GATE organizing institute, that is last year it was IISc. Please write to them for a duplicate scorecard for 2024 of XC. They'll make it available to you. Do it immediately. Do it right away. Accept and upgrade is not here. Where is accept and upgrade? I don't think there is an accept and upgrade mentioned anywhere so far. The internal upgrade is available in some of the IITs. Once again, as I said, it is institute dependent, not a one size fits all once again. How to know which institute take interview and how to know that? Wait for tomorrow's sessions. Wait for sessions from tomorrow onwards. That is where we are going to be covering all these details. Aman, interview at IIT Delhi, highly technical. Yes, it is technical only. They want to know whether you have done your B.Tech sincerely or not. That is what makes it highly technical. Okay. All right. Let's move on forward. Move forward a little. Let's take a look at. You see, there are 2-3 slides which I have just got for related to OBC and EWS. For OBC and EWS, the income criteria is 8 lakhs per annum. It had been modified to 8 lakhs per annum quite some time back. EWS is a more recent phenomena. The most important part for which some of you might be worried is if you fall under OBC, non-creamy layer, then you may apply under OBC NC category while applying online or offline, even if you have declared your birth category as general at the time of filling the GATE form. In other words, you applied for GATE as a general category candidate because you did not have the OBC NCL certificate at that time and you thought that I should not mess up my chances. And now you have got the OBC NCL certificate, a valid OBC NCL certificate is available or is going to be made available to you based on the cutoff date that will be specified by individual IITs. In that case, yes, you can apply under OBC NCL category. And the same thing holds good for EWS also. This is one question which has been asked from me individually by a lot of students. Therefore, I thought specifically let me make it clear to you. Incidentally, this has been picked up as it is, it's a copy paste from IIT Bombay website. There is no value addition coming from me or BDZ side. It is a copy paste from the IIT Bombay website on the, as mentioned on their admission brochure. All right. The eligibility criteria for admission under OBC NC is similar to the general category candidates in terms of subject to the concessions which are available in the form of age. There is a 3 years age relaxation and there is a 5 years age relaxation for SC/ST. Those age relaxations are there, otherwise the procedure remains the same. All right. So this was one information which I wanted to highlight for you, and Similar information is there for EWS also. Candidates who are not covered under the scheme of reservation for SC, ST and OBC under the non-creamy layer, they are eligible for EWS category reservations in case the gross annual income is below 8 lakhs. Both for EWS as well as for OBC NCL, there is a date which has to be kept into mind. And what is that date I am talking about? The OBC NCL certificate as well as the EWS certificate, they should be issued after 31st March 2025. The OBC NCL and EWS certificates as applicable should be issued after 31st of March, which means in the next financial year. In other words, EWS will relate to financial year 24-25. Be clear, EWS income certificate will relate to financial year 24-25. And the same way for NCL, for OBC NCL, let me write here, the 8 lakhs limit is average for 3 years. That means for 23, 24, 25. Here we are talking about financial year 24, 25, 23, 24 and 22, 23. Right? Because for OBC NCL, they take the average income for the last 3 years. Clearly speaking, these certificates must be issued after the 31st of March 2025. They do not relent on that. If your certificate is not issued as per the stipulated dates, then your candidature is likely to be rejected. You will not be considered as a candidate of reserve category, you will be treated as a candidate of general category, and all the cutoffs will be based on that only. Alright, let me just remove all these. What is it that you have to keep ready while applying for IIT Bombay? Again, coming from the website of IIT Bombay, the M.Tech brochure, the scanned version of your photograph and signature. There is a limit, I think 100 KB is the limit of the scanned images of photograph and signature. The mark sheet of the last semester or consolidated mark sheet of the qualifying degree, right? If the exam is pending, then in that case the latest mark sheet is required to be uploaded. Your final year result is final semester exam is still not over, only the 7th semester you have mark sheets available up to the 7th semester, that is required to be uploaded. The caste certificate if applicable. In case you have applied for the caste certificate but have not yet received it, then you can submit an affidavit stating that I have applied for the updated OBC NCL certificate, I am waiting for that, and affidavit is submitted to that effect, right. This will be required to be submitted by you. EWS candidates needs to submit the EWS certificate issued by the competent authority in the prescribed format. The format for OBC NCL as well as for EWS is available on the website of every IIT. Don't worry. PWD certificate, that means persons with disabilities, benchmark disabilities, if applicable, has to be submitted. The statement of purpose only applicable for selected few courses. SOP is not required for every course, it is required only for a very few select courses which are interdisciplinary courses. Like CT-ARA is one of the courses which is there on IIT Bombay, for which they require SOP. We'll help you with the preparation of that also. Okay. The project staff related guideline is applicable only for the people who are working in IITs, and for they need to have the clarification, right? The details of the website are given, acat.iitb.ac.in admissions masters M.Tech. In case you want any further details, this particular website can be checked. All right. You can take a screenshot if you want to, otherwise just put in the Google search and you will be able to get it. If a candidate wishes to apply using valid GATE scorecard for 23, 24, 25, this is just a reiteration. 3 separate applications for each GATE score will have to be submitted along with separate application fee. This is picked up from the website of IIT Madras. This particular instruction is picked up from the website of IIT Madras. You have 3 valid GATE scorecards and you want to make use of all the 3 GATE scorecards. You have close enough marks and score combinations, and that's why you want to take your chances on each of the 3. So 3 separate applications will have to be filled up, making payment of the 3 separate application as required, right? After completing the online application form, download the complete form for safekeeping and record purpose. Make sure, now this is something which is more for a caution. Always have 2 working email IDs. Every document that you are mailing to any organization or any institute, just do a CC or a BCC to your other email ID, so that you do not miss out on any document that you have mailed. It's a very safe way of retaining the copies of your letters or mails or anything that you are sending to any institute or any organization, right? Okay, I think these were some of the details which I thought I'll want to highlight. Again, I'm going back to the questions which you might have posted. Let's take a look at that. Let me take a look at that. ब्रांच स्लाइड का ऑप्शन इंडिविजुअल आईआईटी के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है. सम इंस्टीट्यूट्स परमिट यू टू गो फॉर द ब्रांच स्लाइड, बट दैट इज समथिंग विच इज इंस्टीट्यूट स्पेसिफिक, नॉट अ जनरल क्राइटेरिया. Each IIT, how many courses can we apply? Manipula, for some the limit is 8, for some it is 10, for some it is 12. Again, as I said, it will vary from institute to institute. You can just get that information from the information brochure of the respective IIT. Central government issued certificates are required for OBC NCL as well as for EWS. The central government related certificates only are acceptable. The state certificate is not acceptable. मेरा EWS certificate September, Natwar Singh, it will not be valid. I have stated that the EWS certificate should be issued after 31st of March 2025. Okay. Given AR but did not clear. You don't have to give the details of the AR scorecard. No, not required. Om Bhatt. I have to mail IIC Bangalore for last year. Yes, you have to write. I mean, you can just visit their website and check what is the procedure that is to be followed for picking up the previous scorecard. Natwar Singh, for admissions to IITs, the EWS certificate has to be issued after 31st of March 2025 and it will relate to the income of the financial year 24-25. Am I clear? Issue date is after 31st of March 2025 and it will relate to the financial year 24-25. That means for the financial year which ended on 31st of March 2025. All right. Your questions related to at this score whether I will get this IIT or this course and this IIT, those are not going to be answered today. So please don't put any such posts today. Wait for the respective branch sessions which are starting from tomorrow. The tomorrow session is for civil engineers, and B Singh sir himself will be taking it. ISC, the last date is 23rd of March, and it is the EWS certificate is to be submitted later. Pawan, don't worry. You fill up your category as EWS. They are not asking you to upload the EWS certificate today. You are required to carry the valid EWS certificate or valid OBC NCL certificate at the time of interview or document verification. So you have time till 13th of May. Don't worry. You have 1.5 months for getting the required EWS and OBC certificate, which are required to be issued with bearing the issue date after 31st March 2025. Okay. I don't think there are any further questions related to the COAP process. The questions that you are posting relate to only at this score, whether I get this course or this IIT or this PSU or not. Those will be discussed in the individual branch gate post gate counseling sessions. All right. So I think that's where we'll close the session. There are no further questions related to COAP as such. Okay. In case you have any queries, we'll hold sessions related to COAP process again. We'll hold branch wise COAP doubt clearing sessions from time to time, and the details will get posted in the individual Telegram groups so that you can join those sessions. Right, with your specific queries, we'll be very happy to answer these for you. Okay. Abhinav, you can, I mean, wait till the last round. If your score is on the lower side, definitely you can wait for the last round. Srivatsa, you have to apply separately for each IIT. COAP is only giving you information about you have got this branch allotted at this institute. That's it. So every individual IIT you have to put the application. EWS सर्टिफिकेट क्या मैं अभी बनवा सकता हूं? अभी मत बनवाओ. आफ्टर 31st March अप्लाई कर देना. इट विल टेक यू अबाउट अ वीक और 10 days, and they are not in a panic hurry to submit the EWS certificate at the time of applying for M.Tech admission. You need to have the EWS certificate when you go for document verification. That's it. So even if it is not available with you today, wait for it. They'll require it only at the time of document verification or when you are called for the interview process, etc. So there is no panic. Make an application for the EWS certificate after 31st of March so that it relates to the financial year 24-25. Okay. Well, if you are applying for all the IITs, yes, you have to shell out 24,000 rupees. Definitely. Otherwise, do a pick and choose of the IITs where you want to apply. Make a judicious selection of the IITs where you want to apply. You want to apply for just 4 IITs, that's it. You don't have to apply for every single IIT. It's your choice. At the time of filling the form which is being done online, yes, you have to provide the course choice and the preference order. Only on that basis they will give you the option whether it is offer is made or not. If I reject and wait on COAP, then all other offers are gone. Yes, all the offers, if you just say reject and wait, then whatever options have been received by you as on that date, they are out of your purview. You will not get those same choices in the next round. No. The only possibility is in case a seat is vacant in those courses, in those IITs, in the spot round when you go physically to those IITs, if it is available, then you can try for it. That's all. NITs के लिए तो the same EWS certificate will be valid for NITs also. The NIT process will open from 23rd or 24th of May. So you have a lot of time for that. So if you get the EWS certificate made after 31st of March 2025, it will be valid for NITs also. Interview is not there in all the IITs. Select IITs are holding interviews. For some courses, it is only based on the gate score and no interview at all. Again, as I said, the details are available on the individual IIT websites. The results will be declared before the first round of COAP. That means 13th of May, whatever date comes, because 13th May was the last year's date. They have removed the date schedule from the website of COAP. They had just copy pasted the previous year's schedule. They have removed it now. So that's it. Okay. All right. I think we'll close the session now, and you can post your doubts. I can give you my email ID. If you have specific questions, you can send a mail to me. I'll be very happy to answer it for you. I'll just write it on the board. Just give me a minute. My email ID is dkarora@madizi.in. You can send me a mail with the details and your very specific query. Don't send generic queries. If you have multiple queries, you can put them in point form 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I will be responding to each individual query by replying against that particular query. All right. Rest assured, every mail that you send is responded to the extent possible within 24 hours of my receiving it. All right. Thank you very much. Have patience. Don't be in a hurry to register on COAP. Wait for 2-3 days. Consolidate all the documents that you have to keep with you. Make sure that you don't make any mistakes before you put the final submit button. Best wishes and get going. Thank you very much.